So congratulations from my side, Rakshita, and from
Thank
top
you.
percent for a great score. Quant
Thank you.
170 and verbal 163. Could you let us walk through the exam experience, Rakshita? How was the exam experience for you?
Uh, the quant was like so easy. I completed almost all the quant sections at least 4 minutes before, 4 to 5 minutes before the designated time.
Wow, wow.
So yeah,
So,
like literally, I got three quant sections and two verbal. So
hmm.
those three quant sections were like I completed everything like 5 minutes before almost.
But if we can focus on this GRE content and the GRE quant a bit, the sections that you encountered, how were the questions
Mhm.
according to you? If you could remember a bit.
Uh, the questions were pretty much on the basic level. So the initial set of questions that I received were more like the statement A, statement B sort of questions, like
Quantitative
is the
comparison
value in the
questions.
state, yeah, comparison, a statement A greater than B and something as such. They were like pretty straightforward and easy. And then when coming to the problem solving sections, I received quite a few from geometry.
Geometry.
Yep.
Okay.
The interesting part is that I received almost nothing from statistics. Not sure
Yeah.
why.
All right. All
Yep.
right.
Most. Mm.
Wow. And what about the verb? Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, what about that?
You were saying something?
No. I was like, everything else was like a mix. Most of it was focused a lot on arithmetic, a couple of them on algebra. But yeah, I received quite a few geometry.
All right. About the verbal
Mhm.
section, if we can focus on the verbal section because students find it a bit challenging. Yeah, the verbal section.
Right. Yeah, verbal section was indeed a bit challenging. So I like initially skipped all the, select the synonym types questions, and I directly attempted RC first because I know I already have a technique at hand that could decode the RC passages. So I first did my reading comprehensions. Like I spent like good about 5 to 7 minutes of my time in reading through the RCs and answering all the RCs in the um, in the verbal section. Yeah.
So, in the RC portions, did Octave help you in any way?
Octave is what was my holy Bible. Trust me when I say that. I was so poor in RC. Like when I started my preparation, I was actually really poor with RC. I barely got anything right. There was a time that I almost reached. I even wrote a mail to our doubt section asking them to help me with RC and verbal in general. How do I save myself from RC and whatnot? And the only suggestion that I got was to sit for longer hours, do like 3 to 4 hours sitting or and whatever, and just try to do more number of RC questions without looking at the answers. That's when I just made it a habit. Like whenever it's weekend time, I started around like 12 my time and I sit up to 4 o'clock just with the RCs. And
Wow.
after a certain point of time, the octave sat in my head for such in such a good way. Looking for the right of word. Like my eyes were directly searching for the contradictions. My eyes were directly searching for the opinion and whatnot and whatnot. So I don't know. I just became like that in the span of few weeks.
So
All
I
I
think
did
it's
was do RC over and over again.
so I think it's more about the consistency bit because students find it a bit mechanical initially, but once you keep applying it, it becomes second nature over a period of time, and
Yep.
the consistency matters. So yeah, most of the students, they do it for a while and then they say that, sir, Octave, it sounds a bit mechanical, but the only problem is they don't apply it for a longer while. They are not consistent with it. We have to be, consistent with it in order to apply that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
And
was I was desperate. So even if it is mechanical, I'm okay with it. Come on.
yeah, it feels initially, because yeah, absolutely. But yes,
Mm,
Octave, wow, it
totally.
definitely, yeah, it definitely helps.
I was someone who was scared of RCs, but then I ended up attending RCs first. Like I was looking through all these questions, finding all the passages. Okay, come on, give me the passages. Let me do them first. I'll spend the rest of my time in eliminating options. But
Wow,
yep,
wow.
there are like interesting choice of questions in RCs too. Like the options were really close for like the first set of verbal that I got was like easier. But the
Hmm.
second section of verbal that I got, the RCs were a bit challenging there too. The options were very closely framed.
All right. And how did you get to eliminate them?
So again, I was like, okay, is this statement a proper reconstruction of whatever is given in the passage?
All right. All
Yes,
right.
take it. If not, eliminate.
Wow. Wow. Absolutely. So your exam experience sounds really nice, and you were okay with the exam experience. Anything unusual that you found during the examination?
Examination, no, nothing. I was actually on an adrenaline rush. Trust me, my brain was functioning at its highest capacity that day because I know I don't have much time left for R1. So if I want to target R1, that was my only goal. I took a radical decision to attempt GRE just because I don't want to miss my R1.
Wow. And you have gotten through it. Congratulations for that.
Done. Thank you.
Anything that you'd like to suggest students, the do's and don'ts, what to do in a preparation, what not to do, in general.
So the do is that, guys, I've been in your shoes. I absolutely know that. There was a point of time when I wanted to give up. There were people who were telling me, Rakshita, you already have a flourishing career. Why don't you just stick to whatever you have? Why do you want to do something different? But trust me, even if you have a flourishing career, ek point ke baad, you're like, why am I even doing this? So just in case if you don't want to get into that zone, do not stop. Do not listen to people who try to pull you back. You have something in your mind, and whatever you have in your mind is right, and go ahead, please
Wow.
do it. And this exam, right? Exam is like, take it to such an extent that if you won't clear this, there is nothing forward. Like just see it that way, then you will have all the power and motivation and every part in your organ trying to push you to clear that examination. If you think that there is going to be another attempt or another time or another round, you won't have enough motivation to push yourself. If you think like this is the last thing, and if you won't clear it now, you won't be where you have envisioned yourself, you will definitely clear it.
Wow. That's a beautiful
Correct.
suggestion, Rakshita. Wow.
Right. A lot of
Yeah.
students, I feel, focus constantly on the application process and where do I apply? What do I do? What will I write in my application essays?
Mhm.
But what is your take on that? Do you think it is important to focus on that part first and have a story set already, or first focus on getting the score and then move things ahead from there? How would you suggest students to go about that?
I would say, when I was preparing for examination, that was the last thing I was thinking about. That was like that application or picking the universities and everything was the last thing. Because if we have a good score at hand, you are eligible to almost every other university in the world. So why
Right.
are you even
Absolutely.
bothered about those universities in the first place? Get a good score for yourself. Even if you're from a tier 2, tier 3, or a college that is not even accredited,
Hmm.
get a good score for yourself. Tell a story after that. And the score
Hmm.
will start as a testament for whatever you've done. So
Exactly.
you
Right.
don't even have to think about universities. Yep.
Correct, correct. So you've
Wow.
already
Wow.
started your application work with Autry, Rakshita?
Yes, I have. So we're already 4 universities done.
Mm-hmm.
Like Audrey made me apply to Harvard.
That's
I
amazing.
don't
So
know.
we see the
I'm
potential in
hoping
you.
I get an invite, but if I do, come on, I'm going to write a big fast LinkedIn post and publish it. I just hope I make it through. But yeah, he made me apply to Harvard. We're actually right now we're preparing for Booth. I've already
Oh,
applied for Kellogg, NYU Stern, and I'm yet to submit my Berkeley Haas.
okay.
I'm doing my video essay at this point of time. So if that's done, that'll be done. He asked me
Hmm.
to put one for Duke as well as as a safer university.
Hmm.
Yep.
Right. So
And
good. That's
so far
amazing.
the experience was really great with our three. I mean, he's really helpful. His response is really quick. I mean, I know we have this time zone difference, but he tries to respond as soon as he can. And he sent me loads of pertinent samples too. I mean, I've got to see the samples, and he explained me what that particular university looks for. So I
Okay.
exactly know what to write in my essays. It's not like he's
Mm-hmm.
spoon feeding or something, but whatever essay I send forward, he drafts it. I mean, he gives me an idea. It's like, the university is looking for this, but you projected this. So why can't
Hmm.
you correct it in this way? Like, do you have anything that, that particular university is looking for? So he
Hmm.
he tries to bring out that essence from the person. It's not like he
Right.
sits and writes. It's like he tries to brings out that essence from us. That's
Right.
lovely though. Yep.
Amazing. Right. So I have just very quick one last question about the doubt support
Sure.
mechanism, because a lot of students are a little apprehensive about that. So I want to understand that whenever you had any doubt, so what was the
Mhm.
process you used to follow, and how did it go for you overall? What was the revert time from the faculty team, and like anything else which you'd like to add? Was it elaborate enough? Please tell me.
Lovely. So, since I was in a self-paced course and then I opted for an intensive batch. So
Hmm.
let's take it both ways. While I was in the intensive batch, when I was doing my quant sessions, since Aman is already here, let's talk about quant first. So when I was doing my quant sessions, I used to like solve it and keep the answers to myself, never posted them in the chat. But then Aman, right, he started pointing out like whoever puts the answers in the chat, he was like, okay, good done this person, good done that person. That way, I'm little competitive by nature. And whenever I saw ki, okay, the faculty is like trying to put some light on people. So that's when I started posting answers, and Aman was like, Rakshita, good done, or some XYZ, good done. And then that's when I was like, even though I got a wrong answer, I wouldn't know if it is right or not. I used to post it, but then Aman used to be like, Rakshita, you faltered. And
Okay.
then I used to like sit back and redo the problem again. And I was like, okay. And I was so confident expressing myself and telling ki one day I was like, Aman, your solution is wrong. I know my explanation, like I realized my explanation was all faulty, but I typed a whole ass paragraph and sent it to Aman, and I was like, Aman, your explanation is wrong. This is how it is to be done.
Amazing.
It was actually kind of good. So it's more like, even if you're right or wrong or whatever, like speaking to the faculty, letting them know, telling them how I came to that particular point, and then them correcting us, it's a wonderful experience.
That's
Right,
what I
right.
So
really
that is,
suggest. That's what I really suggest, providing your inputs is of the utmost importance. Otherwise, we are just providing one more solution to a student.
yeah, that's it.
Right.
So
And
there
how
were
was it
times
when
like,
it was in a self-paced module, like when you were doing the self-paced? So that time, please.
so yeah, when I was in self-paced for quant, I should say like all the solutions given in the back after the material were like very much sufficient. Most of the time, like after I got comfortable with the concept, I started timing myself. Timing was like, I used to put a clock there. Sandeep always says that you have to put a like stop clock directly. It has to ring an
Hmm.
alarm. It has to stop you. If not, it's
Yes,
not going to send you a powerful signal. So I timed myself, and I used to like try to reduce my time as much as I can. And if I couldn't, if there was a calculation error or something as such, I forgave myself because, okay, it's human nature. But if there was something else, if I was not able to crack that particular solution or something, I would definitely go back, revisit the solution, and see where it's wrong. Even if that is not clear, then I used to write email. And the response time was really quick. I barely remember writing emails because everything in the material was so comprehensive, the explanations were so good even for quant and verbal. I didn't actually find the necessity to really write emails for
I'm so
barely.
happy
I
to
mean,
hear.
you can
Yeah.
count emails from me.
Yeah, of course. See, if the
Yeah,
content is comprehensive, you barely need assistance. But yeah, I mean, you have to just
excellent. the
follow
The
the
material
process.
was really excellent. I couldn't complete it. I mean, I still haven't completed the material. It's half of it is still there.
Yes, it is comprehensive enough. And I think the explanations, when you
Very.
do the pre-work genuinely and then when you see the solutions, it kind of helps you more to understand the sessions in a way more streamlined manner rather than directly
Yeah.
watching the videos at a 1.5x, which a lot of students do when they're in a rush, which is a wrong approach, obviously. But yeah, anyways, I think this is all in all has been a really, really good chat with you. Thanks for sharing your experience with us. And I really, really hope I am rooting for a HBS for you. I hope you get that. And
me
let's see,
too.
let's definitely we'll take this forward from there then. Yes.
Very height. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining and
Thanks.
Congratulations,
sharing this
Thank you
Rakshita,
valuable
so.
and we
Thank
really
you so
information.
hope
much,
that
Rakshita.
yeah,
Thank you
congratulations.
for teaching
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, we
Bye-bye.
really hope that we'll be
Uh,
connecting back with your admit in the next 2-3 months. 2 months, hopefully. We would soon hear your M7 admit, one of the admits at least, or all of them. In fact, we, like Richa said, we're definitely rooting, and we'll connect back again in 2 months to share that experience as well. All the very
Sure,
best.
sure, definitely.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Have a lovely day.
Bye-bye. Have a
Bye-bye.
great day ahead. Bye-bye.
All the
Take
very
care.
best, Rakshita. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye-bye.